So we are going to go into Hunt for History, and we are going to aim for these boots to work on getting these to level 4. That way I can get the 5% march speed on QSH, because obviously archers need a little bit more march speed. So we are going to go for some materials and then for those boots, because I really don't care about anything else here. Obviously I do need materials as well. So I am honestly okay with some longer floors if I'm getting the materials. If I'm getting speed ups and resources, I really don't care, especially XP. That sucks. But hopefully I can get quite a bit of materials here too, because I did use a ton before the fighting started. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to stream that just because I was under the weather, but we are back and we are ready to go. So let's go. Actually, we got one more. I thought it was every 4 floors, but it's every 5. And a lot of people ask me how I get so many hammers, and honestly, it's because I just save enough hammers so the next time the hammer event comes around, I have enough to do a stream like this. Because I buy out the shop with gems every single time. I don't get any of these. I've never gotten any of these. I'm sure the value is great, but I personally have never got it. And then I always max these out as well. I need to hit more barbarians and one more from doing map gathering, but now that it's not just odds of getting it, it's actually really nice that you know for sure you're going to get it every 5 barbs, every 500k resources, every 1 barbarian fort. It's much nicer than just, oh, I didn't get lucky this time. So thankfully it's a lot better now than it has been previously. All right, so we need the not dragon breath. Is it dragon breath? I need to double check here. QSH. No, Greaves of the Glorious Goddess. I forgot we went to the leadership gear route for my QSH. So we go into boots and need this one. So we have 6 out of 30. So I need to do this for pretty much all these. I need to get, I'll have to see how many of the pick ones I have for blueprints, because I'm not quite sure. That was actually pretty solid. And yes, I do prefer Hunt for History over the egg event, and I know some people really like the egg event, but for me, I really like the guaranteed. Like, you can basically guarantee yourself a full unlock every single time Hunt for History comes around. As long as you have enough hammers, you can guarantee yourself at least 1 blueprint. Versus egg event, like, yeah, you might get lucky, but you have to go to like 70 floors to get, I mean, that is, again, if you're lucky, 70 floors to get a full blueprint, which is way more expensive than Hunt for History. And yes, there's luck involved with both, but if you spend the 20,000, it's like 24,000 gems or something like that, to get 120 hammers, and then you get 30 from doing the quest, so 150 hammers over the course of these 2 days that you're gonna get, you're gonna be able to get at least like 10 floors. I would say at least 10 floors. So I guess that's like 16, but that's like if you have bad luck, like this one right here. If all yours look like this, then yeah, you're only gonna get like 16 blueprints. But in my opinion, I think Hunt for History, it's a better option, I think. But I know a lot of people do prefer the egg event because they get really lucky. So, I mean, maybe I'm wrong on the math, but I just prefer Hunt for History. I enjoy Hunt for History. I think it's, for me, it's been better value. I don't know if mathematically it's better value, but that's just anecdotal evidence for me. I mean, like I said, it's literally just, it feels like it's better value. So for me, it makes sense, but I could be completely wrong. Maybe the math works out that the egg event is a better event, and we already have enough. Look at that. So we have 21 of the blueprints. We can awaken it. Let's go. So we're going to go ahead and get that up to level 4 right away. And boom, 5% march speed. I will take that all day long. So now is what we're working with here. We got a level 5 helmet, which is crazy. Level 4 weapon. Level 4 boots. Level 3 gloves. We don't really need that level 4. And I am debating if I want to make like one like insane set, or if I want to keep on kind of dispersing. I could also get more march speed up here. What does Willie do? I don't. It's probably not necessary. Not really needed. If I really want to be a whale here, I could go for my Gaja, but I'm not gonna do that. Do I have another one of these? I don't think I do. I don't. I think that is the next one. We're gonna go for that level 5 weapon on QSH, because I mean QSH, he's the best commander in the game. We all know it. I hate archers, but I understand and I admit QSH is the best commander in the game. It's unfortunate, but it's the reality, and literally every single time I look at my reports, I'm reminded that QSH is the best commander in the game. Even when he gets swarmed down, he still trades positive. So, well, not always, but on average, he is going to trade positive. Even if you get swarmed down, he's going to get you like over 1 million kill points, unless you're just like really out of position and you're running away. But if you're fighting back and you're getting the AoE value, you're gonna at least trade like neutral with QSH. So if I can make a set of gear on him to be like so insane, I think that just makes a lot of sense to me. So we gotta swap this out. We're gonna go for the weapon, not that one. Here we go. Dragon Breath Bow. I think we had 12, so that means we need to get 3 floors, I believe, if I'm remembering correctly on how many we have left. But thankfully we have plenty of hammers because we like to hoard these. And honestly, I think this started like me hoarding these before I even did YouTube. And now every single time this event comes around, I never let this go down to 0. I never use all my hammers. I save like at least 100. So that way by the time the next event comes around, I have plenty to do a live stream and do a ton of floors. And there have been other times where I'm like traveling and I don't have time to get home or like do a live stream because I'm obviously on the road or, you know, visiting family or whatever. And like maybe I'm in between KVK, so I don't really need to do Hunt for History. So I just do the events, I get my 30, and then I buy out the 120 from the shop for gems, and then I just don't use any. And then the next time around, I do the same exact thing, and all of a sudden I just gained 300 hammers, and then I can do a live stream with a ton of hammers. Like that's just kind of how I've built up so many. Because whenever this comes around in the off season, like I don't really need to do it, so I can just skip it and, you know, get value another time when I actually need it. The downside of that, though, I will say, is if it doesn't come around before fighting starts, and it's like crap, I could have had like 4 more blueprints that I can't have now because I didn't do Hunt for History when it was here. So that's the risk you take. You know, you take that with a grain of salt, but there is a risk that it does not come around before your next KVK. Like if I would have been betting on this before this KVK and it just came now, literally like 2 weeks into it, like we're literally 5 or 6 days into this zone 5 fight, I would have been pissed if that was the case. If I was like waiting for this to get enough blueprints to do some crafting, that would have sucked. Thankfully that's not the case, but that would not have felt good. That's for sure. All right, I think this should do it right here. Once we get this blueprint, I don't think we'll have enough materials. I doubt we will. If we do, like that's amazing if we do. But let's just make sure we have enough blueprints there. We do. All right, we'll just have to use some of those up. I mean, I don't think I'll have enough to do. Oh yeah, I definitely don't. That is expensive. Holy crap. I have nowhere near enough materials to get this up. Holy crap. Well, in that case, let's just see if there's like anything else I can spin here. I guess if I can get Shield of the Eternal Empire, Oh, I have enough for that right now. But I don't have enough for the 3-year strike. Or I suppose I could start upgrading this one as well to get that to level 4. So I think we do at least like one more floor. At least get some more materials, right? I'm not obviously going to get enough materials to do any weapons, but if I can get like another couple legendary materials like that, that'll go a long way. But when it comes to refining or trying to get a special talent, I think it really depends on what kind of player you are. If you are a field player, which is the vast majority of people, it makes way more sense to go for the upgrades rather than trying to get a crit. Because yes, a crit is important. It makes a huge difference. But I would argue that the immediate impact you're going to get from upgrading it is much better than the very, very slight chance that you're going to get the upgrade. Or the special talent, I should say. Because, like, for example, I got extremely lucky with the Gajamada crit, which pisses me off that, of course, I got it on my Siege March. But, like, in this case, in this scenario, these 4 upgrades, I spent 3 blueprints on. I could have theoretically been trying to refine it, right? Yeah, refine it for, is that the right word? Yeah, refine it to get a special talent. I absolutely could have been doing that, but I could have just gotten it and gotten some extra archer defense. What would it be? Like an extra, what, 5% archer defense? I don't even know what it would be. Maybe an extra 5%, right? Versus 2% enemy defense ignored, 800 troop capacity, and 2% all damage to troops on the map. Like, I could have been missing out on all of that for an extra 5% defense. I don't think that's worth it. So, yes, you could have gotten lucky and gotten on the first one, and then I would have that just troop capacity. So, like, that's if you get lucky. Like, on your first time, that's an 11% chance, give or take. So, I don't think that's worth doing for most people unless you are a rally leader, because rally leaders need to have that done. You can't have anything that isn't special talented. So that's the argument I would make. I feel like most people fit in that scenario, but it really is just personal preference, I guess. I personally would lean much more toward getting the immediate upgrades and the guaranteed upgrades rather than the chance that you don't get anything at all. That's personally what I would do, and that's personally what I have done. So, I mean, you can do something completely different and still get really good value, but there's a chance that you don't get anything. So that's the risk you run with that. And I am debating if I go for the Shield of the Eternal Empire or if I start getting some Hellish Wasteland, because like I already have enough to get one of those to level 4, and I could theoretically get a couple more to get one of my calves up, which I think I'm going that route instead. I think we get another floor, another 5 floors, and then that way we can upgrade one of our calves eventually as well. But I am slowly starting to get to the point where it's the materials that I'm short on and not the blueprints. It has been blueprints for so long where it's like I have the materials to do anything, but I can't do anything because I don't have the blueprints for it. And it is slowly starting to come the other way around. So it's an interesting dynamic now where it is slowly becoming the opposite issue. Which I don't know what I would prefer. I honestly think I would prefer being short on materials than blueprints, because like you can buy materials with gems in the shop. I do that every time More Than Gems comes around. I spend between 7,000 and 25,000 gems on that. I think it's worth it. But blueprints, it's a lot harder to come by. I mean, you have to do events like this and a lot of times get lucky. So it's kind of the price you pay. All right, let's get another A tier. And if we were closer on materials, I probably would open up all my crystal keys right now and try to get one, or like try to get enough, but we are nowhere near. We are nowhere near enough. Let me see how many we are away from here. 23. Oh my gosh, we need one more. Are you kidding me? All right, well, I think that's worth doing at least one more round here. We have 212, so the next time around we'll probably have around 250. So we won't be able to do this many, but we'll still be able to do a live stream if we need to. I'm hoping we don't have to go under 100, because like I was saying before, I don't like getting that low with the hammers. But I will be getting a couple more later today when I send out gatherers and then hit a couple more barbarians, probably for bastions or something like that. But I'll finish up the rest of the tasks. That'll give me like 4 more hammers, give or take. Pretty good right there. But we just got 2 more, and then we'll be able to get enough for our second blueprint for the Hellish Wasteland. So that'll put me in a good spot, because then I'll just be too short. It still was a long ways away, but at least puts me in a better position than I was before. So I will take that. Thought that was it. There we go. All right. We are good there. Left with 140. I'm pretty happy with that. So now we have enough to do 2. I obviously don't have the materials. I don't even have the materials to do 1. Holy crap. I mean, obviously getting something to level 5 is way more expensive. Like way more expensive. That's like doing a full weapon or like a full accessory. Jeez. Rather than doing 1 upgrade. I wish I could do one of these. That would be really nice. I forgot I needed to combine that. But I'm still very short on materials for this one. So I think by next KVK, I'll be able to, maybe even by Kingsland, I'll be able to do one of these. Because I guess I don't even know how many keys I have that I could open up for this. Yeah, 83, that's not going to be anywhere near. Yeah, I think that's going to do it for the dig event. So if you guys enjoyed, make sure you drop a like and subscribe, because I do these videos all the time. We'll have to do some on my farm accounts at some point as well, just because they are loaded on hammers and I never have time to use them. So make sure you subscribe for more Hunt for History, for more dig event, more Rise of Kingdoms content. And next time, hopefully we will be able to get a couple more blueprints and be able to do a little bit more crafting as well.